26th of March 2026. It is a day and time we'll never have the opportunity to ever have again in life. Don't waste your time. Don't procrastinate. Do something productive and constructive with your day and your time, because tomorrow is not promised, all right? So, happy Thursday. And if you're celebrating a birthday, happy birthday. If it's your anniversary, happy anniversary to you and yours. Today is a day that will go down in history. It's SEA 2026. Let me tell you, 17,937 children are writing the SEA exams as I speak. We say good luck, SEA students. Best of luck to all of the students taking the exam. Trust in your preparation, stay focused, and keep a calm mind to achieve the great results you deserve. Thank you for that, Robert. Reminding you of what you put in is what you're going to get in return. And I'm sure a lot of preparation, a lot of time invested into doing revision and past papers and things like that. The children should be relaxed this morning, not feeling pressured. And of course, I'm sure after, as a custom over the years, you take them for their treats around the country, to celebrate. So with that, we wish them all the luck. As I said, 17,937 of our children in our land sat the SEA exams. Later on in this year, they would be going into something that is brand new to them, into a whole new world, a whole new chapter, and that would be entering the secondary schools. They've had 7 long years of feeling accustomed and part of something, and going into this brand new chapter in their lives is certainly a lot of preparation as well for them, right? So we'll talk about that on other conversations here on Conversations with Zelisa. Mr. Director, would it be possible to get our quote for today? And it says, to every child sitting SEA today, trust what you've learned, believe in yourself, and remember this moment does not define your future, your courage does. And this is so true, and this is a message I want for all of the parents and the guardians and the grandparents. Trust what these children did. Believe in them, and remember that this moment, or the results, will not define their future. What will define them is their courage to persevere and to move on. So don't be hard on your children. Let them be. They're already under a lot of pressure. Thank you for that, Mr. Director, Producer. And let's go to Fab India Expo, please.
Fab India Expo would like to wish all our valued customers a blessed Ramadan 2026. We are now open with a complete change of stock located opposite Medford gas station, Shogunas, featuring brand new styles and the latest products straight out of India. Shop from a wide variety of clothing, accessories, and special booths catering for all your e-shopping needs. Plus, don't miss out on our full-size Indian food court with delicious meals and treats for everyone. Come visit us at the Fab India Expo, conveniently located opposite the Medford gas station in Shogunas. Fab India Expo, your one-stop destination for Ramadan and e-shopping. We can't wait to see you.
Welcome back to Conversations with Zelisa, right here on Real TV, where we bring reality to you, to all of our local, regional and international viewers. Thank you so much for choosing us. Those of you on Tego, the app, remember to tell your friends about simply downloading that app. It's absolutely free on your phone or on your devices, and you can look at Real TV real time anytime, alright? Get valuable information. Knowledge is power. And of course, to all those in Canada on the Caribbean, Showtime Television, thanks again for choosing us, allowing us into your spaces, into your homes, your workplaces, or wherever you may be, so we could continue to inform, educate, and empower. Today, I am in conversation with 2 people that I had previously on the program, and I enjoyed the conversation thoroughly. And they're back here because we are into the season of the Easter holidays with our children. And so I think it's important, despite whatever is going on, to make some time during this Easter vacation to spend time with your children. And when I say spend time, I mean quality time, doing things that would be interesting, that would create closer bonds, but more importantly, leave everlasting beautiful memories, experiences. experiences and the things that we do with our children now, this is what they will take into their life, into the future. But more importantly, these are the experiences and the moments that they cherish, that we cherish as people, that we teach our kids. Yeah? So I'm in conversation with Nalini Rampasad Ali, Director our CCTT and Biodiversity Officer, and also Sadiq Ali, who is also Director of our CCTT. And if you're wondering what that is, let me tell you what it is. It's the Reptile Conservation Center of Trinidad and Tobago, and it's been established since 2010 and has since grown leaps and bounds. Let's say good morning and a warm welcome, and it's great having you both again on the program.
Good morning, Lisa. Thank you for having us this morning.
Good morning.
It's our pleasure. I know especially a lot of the children who at home get the opportunity to talk about animals and wildlife and how, the dynamic work you all are doing, and how we as parents, adults and guardians and aunties and uncles and grandparents could spend quality time in making sure that they have an enjoyable Easter 2026. Despite whatever challenges or storms, it's important that we make a little time for the children to do quality things with them.
Yes.
And you know that firsthand, because whenever, you meet people all the time who would meet and greet and come see the animals that we sent and things like that, or when you go out in the different areas. And that's what we'll be talking about today. But you see the excitement in children, I'm sure when I saw that you all came in, I told my assistant, make sure Malika gets to see those, and she was in here already, So on our drive this morning, I was telling her, guess who I have this morning, and they're coming in and stuff. So the excitement, especially for children.
Yes.
Let's talk about the events for the Easter.
All right. Well, we invited members of the public to come to our place in Komoto. That's quite an adventurous drive. And then schools invited us to come to their space, which is very niched. But now we're going to Long Circular Mall, where it is open to the public, and it is very children friendly. It is geared towards enticing the young minds into the wildlife that we have in Trinidad. So they could come, bring their friends, bring their family, and they can have a wonderful experience.
An experience that will be lasting, and that's what, when impactful, it makes an impact, that you take it through for the rest of your life. They go back out to school and they tell their friends, guess what I did, and that experience is everlasting.
Yes.
Definitely.
A lot of schools that are on the Easter camps, they are welcome to bring their little ones for a school tour or an outing.
That's an awesome idea.
Yeah.
Be part of the camp. That they
The
go on
school
a little,
camps and so on.
a little adventure to the
So they make it
mall.
into, we have had it in the past where a lot of camps, they'd call us, we'd like to visit you all at Komoto, and be like, here what, come to the malls, bring the little ones to the malls. And it's just a kid-friendly experience that the kids just love it.
Yeah, I'm sure they do. And it's also a nice experience and opportunity for parents to, cousins get together, they make it like a little group. Get all the cousins who always, do fun stuff together, and a little outing, a day out into the mall, and then they get to meet and greet all of these fascinating little animals that they get to pet as well. Sadiq?
Sadiq is the handler. Sadiq is the health and safety personnel when it comes to animal handling and husbandry, so he would guide you into those things.
So yes, we do allow interaction. What we advise is that whenever we do interaction with our animals, we always say, don't try to do this with one in the wild or even somewhere else without asking or getting more information about it. So yes, you're going to get to interact with some animals by us at Long Circular Mall. However, you just have to be very safe. In those settings, we try to keep it as controlled as possible, just because we are working with domesticated and wild animals too.
So you have a little introduction and you have a little talk as well.
Yes.
And Sadiq, I really like that. I'll tell you why. Children are always inquisitive.
Yes.
children always doing what they're not supposed to do because they're just inquisitive.
Yeah.
And they're just being children. I mean,
Yeah.
we were once children, right? And so they may think that it's okay to pet or to see. They see something
Yeah.
and they could go up. But so I like the fact that it's that they get the experience, but they get a little educating as well,
Yes.
and that
Yes.
is important.
That is important.
So most of the animals we will use on our displays are animals that you are able to interact with. Some of the animals you may not be able to interact with, but we will keep them away from the public's reach. So like things like the bunnies and stuff, even if a child puts his finger in there, nothing's going to happen. We know it's safe.
Right,
Just to be safe in the situation. But other like the caimans and so on, we'll keep those a distance away so that they can't just push the finger in, you know what I mean?
Well, I need to tell our viewers, for those who saw the interview, after the interview, when you all were here the last time, you all know the whole staff went haywire. They all wanted to get pictures and to touch, and I myself indulged a little bit, not too much, but a little bit. But it was really a beautiful experience, and it was nice connecting and doing that, and I felt it in the spirit. We need to get you all back here in time. I think we spoke about that the
Yes.
last time
Yeah,
you
we
were here,
did.
so that parents will know that there's an avenue. There's no cost, am I correct?
At Long Circular Mall, it is hosted by Long Circular Mall.
So it's absolutely free.
Yeah.
You know, you don't have to find money to
So-
pay to
No.
pet or to
You
bring to
you
get
just
that
have to
experience.
come, bring the little ones, bring the family, and just enjoy. Long Circular Mall and Trin City Mall has been championing the cause of wildlife outreach and conservation for the past 30 years. They have been
Beautiful.
working with the Serpentarium, and they have not missed an Easter or a summer. And our target audience has reached masses because of this wildlife outreach and interaction. And we also partner with the Forestry Division Wildlife Section, which is the authority of wildlife in this country.
Right.
So the game wardens are there to disseminate information to members of the public who does not know about the laws of wildlife. So maybe you have a parrot, maybe you have an agouti, a lap, or whatever, and you don't know, you just have it. You don't know,
Yeah.
what do I need to keep this animal, what conditions I need to, so the game wardens are there to guide you accordingly.
Brilliant. Because a lot of people would get a manicure and running in the lawn or in a tree.
Yeah,
or
and they don't
something,
know, they just
and
don't
they
know.
probably take it and they may not even cook it.
Yeah.
but they may, but then they keep it as a pet.
Yes.
And they may have it,
Yeah.
and you know, and you just don't know.
Yeah, you just
so that
don't
is
know.
brilliant. That's lovely. This is the program Conversations with Zelisa, where we continue to inform, educate, empower, answer those unanswered questions. Today I'm in conversation with Mrs. Nalini Rambasad Ali. She's a director of the RCCTT. Also Sadiq Ali, another director there. And this is part of his journey. And that is what I love about Sadiq. It's not just a passion, or he really has the gift of taking care of them and loving them, but you, it's in your blood.
Yeah.
It's part of who you are.
It's DNA.
And that's amazing. And so it's an opportunity for us all to take our children out to the Long Circular Mall and meet and greet and ask questions and touch and pet and things like that. Make it an experience of a lifetime for our children. Do something out of the ordinary, you know. Let's go to these important messages. When we return, we continue our conversation about this event that's happening at the Long Circular Mall. Let's go to these messages.
Macon Construction Company Limited. Save big whilst building stronger. We build with our Macon innovative building systems, which provides high wind speed, earthquake, sea blast and fire resistance. Is thermally and acoustically insulated. Provides improved construction timelines and cost savings. We provide construction services from design to finish and everything in between. Macon Construction Company Limited. Building green today with tomorrow's technology. Contact or visit us today.
Are you looking for the right space for your business? Fred's Plaza has the space you need. We offer professional rental spaces designed for growing businesses. Conveniently located in San Juan on the Eastern Main Road, opposite the PTSC terminal and between Royal Castle and Mario's. Easy access, high visibility. For inquiries, call or WhatsApp 868-384-7142 today, or visit Level 3 Fred's Plaza for details.
Ready to take your sales career to the next level? If you have a passion for connecting with clients, building meaningful relationships, and delivering results, we want you on our team. Join a dynamic, motivated environment where your experience matters, your ideas are valued, and your drive defines your success. Step into a role with real opportunity. Join the sales team at Real TV, where your future begins.
Call us today at 292-6470 or WhatsApp us at 384-7142. You can also send an email to realtv.corporate@gmail.com.
Hi, I'm Naka, introducing to you Bridging the Gap, where we touch on current affairs and social issues every Monday to Thursday, 4 p.m. to 6 p.m., right here on Real TV.
Welcome back to Conversations with Zelisa, right here on Real TV, where we bring reality to you, to all of our local, regional, international viewers. Thank you so much for choosing us. Today I'm in conversation with Mrs. Nalini Rampasad Ali and Sadiq Ali, and they're both attached, they're directors at the RCCTT. And you know, we are on the doorstep. The flavor of the season now is Easter. Children are, the door is open for the Easter vacation, and we've had our students with regards to sitting the SEA exams today. So really the door is open and the season is here, right? Kids are on vacation, and it's important that we do quality things with them, that we spend quality time with them. We spend time with them that is important, that when they are adults and they've got their children and grandchildren, they could relate to these experiences. Yeah. You know, I'm sure we all have the experiences of when our parents talk to us about things that they did when they were children, and you know, and we've kept that alive because of the conversations we've had with them. And so we create these, we allow our children to have these memories, but we are responsible for creating it by the choices we make for our children, where we take them to the beaches, the rivers, the parks, we do picnics, whatever we do for the Easter, make this an event to remember as well. You know, make it a memorable one. And I like the fact, Mrs. Ali, that you spoke about, you know, we have a lot of children in camp as well. Yes. For those, the directors of those camps, this is a wonderful, put them in a bus and let them get a little bus ride and a nice experience to the mall. I mean, it takes a lot of managing because you want to be able to manage them properly. But the fact is, you know, getting the opportunity to go to the long circular mall, that in itself is a win-win. And then get to see the pets. When and where?
So we would be at Long Circular Mall from the 9th to the 11th of April.
Great.
10 a.m. to 7 p.m. So this is our flyer here.
Nice. That's all day.
That's all day. Mall
I
hours.
love that. So, okay, parents,
Yeah.
if you are working, which we understand you have to work, not all parents have the luxury of taking time off during, you know, working hours. This is amazing. So get up close this Easter. Join the Easter planning petting zoo at the Long Circular Mall, where you experience amazing animals in a fun, interactive and educational environment for all ages. So now that you say all ages, we've been talking about the children. There are a lot of elderly homes.
Yeah.
You could take them,
Yeah.
or grandpa and grandma.
Yeah.
Take them.
So we have had in the past a lot of camps come in, and one of our handlers actually takes the group personally and takes the little one as a group around to the
Nice.
whole display, so they will have like a personalized experience.
Yes.
You know, so that's what we do for the little ones.
So Mr. Ali, that's where you come in.
Yeah.
Yes, that's where I come in.
There he is, handsome as ever. and there's you brought if I remember the name.
Cayman.
What was the name again? You had the name for your
Robert.
Rob, right? How I could forget is Robert and Robert.
Well, this one is a female. Her name is Roberta.
Roberta and Rob. I like that. And there he is, beautiful.
So this is Mr. Ali. This is the infamous. This is the veteran and stalwart, the creator of the Reptile Conservation Center and Serpentarium. And this is what we do. The kids come, they touch. This is one of our members, Mr. Marcus Pome.
Yes.
So
I like the setup, man. Very professional.
our game wardens, Trisha Boodoo, she disseminated member information to members of the public on wildlife laws, do's and don'ts.
Yeah.
And kids could just come and pet.
Yes.
They just have that fun and petting.
I'm telling you.
Yeah.
I love the hours because it's quite accommodating. So this would be at a school.
This was at our recent El Dorado North Hindu School,
Right.
where we are doing a wildlife educational outreach to kids.
Yes.
So we bring the animals to the school.
I know the principal of that school very well.
Okay.
Nice.
Another game warden here. Her name is Miss Shakti.
Yes. Miss
Miss
Shakti, the power. And what is she holding there?
She's holding a green iguana.
A green iguana. We spoke about iguanas.
Yes.
So they're not only to eat, you know,
Yeah.
but
And we have the little props. The kids can hold whatever appeals to them.
and get pictures.
And they can do their little photo ops and so on.
Yes, this is lovely. Beautiful. So when we talk about an experience, make it a lasting one and a beautiful experience of a lifetime. Take the children, take the family, make it a family affair. You know, it's something I think I'll probably take my mother when I'm taking my daughter, so she could come out and, you know, breathe a little bit and enjoy, you know, have a nice experience as well. Great. So this is happening. Can I get the flyer up again, please? I want to remind people to write it down in their diary. Mr. Director, can I get the flyer up again one more time? Reminding you it's happening from the 9th to the 11th, 9th, 10th, 11th of April. Write the numbers down in your diary and put Easter to remember. Right? Easter 2026 to remember. 7124743. That's 7124743. Get information. Find out more about it. And you have the Easter bunnies up and running around as well.
Well, the mall provide their mascots and so on.
Beautiful. Yeah. So make it 9th, 10th, 11th of April. You have what, 2 weeks?
We
again?
have a week and a
something
half.
again.
Yeah.
So write it in your diary to take the kids. Beautiful. And it's happening at the Long Circular Mall. I love the hours, as you said, it's from
10 a.m. to 7 p.m.
10 a.m. to 7 p.m. You don't have to be rushed. You can take your time.
You can come after work.
Exactly.
You can come after work
I
and so
love
on.
the fact that you've extended the hours so that
Yes.
those that are working or, you know, they've got their commitments in the morning.
Yeah.
Like myself,
Yes.
you could take your time and spend a lovely evening at the mall, pick up something to eat, you know,
Yeah,
just make
just-
it a nice experience. Yeah? Good. What can we expect again? Apart from the experience of petting and touching and seeing one-on-one up. So they don't have to look at real TV to see wildlife anymore. They could go and see it one-on-one, you know?
So it's also a space where the general public could ask questions about like different types of animals, folklores about animals, the importance of animals in Trinidad, and even the flora and fauna. Yeah, it's a space for just learning and enjoyment.
But what I love about you all is you don't only have the experience, but you have the knowledge. You have the research. You have the facts. So that ask and you shall receive.
Yes.
Right, so we bring it in a responsible way to members of the public.
Nice.
We want people to be responsible about the information they're receiving and also be responsible towards wildlife. Remember, we hold that responsibility.
Yes.
So it's not just about holding an animal and taking a picture or okay, I see a snake, I just want to smile. No, you need to know what comes behind it. So that's where we come in. So we tell you, okay, it's what species it is, what it feeds on, the range, what is the importance of this particular animal in the ecosystem. So when they leave, it's like a whole biology class they've been to. And they leave with so much knowledge, and then over the years, we have gotten so much feedback of how this has impacted them. So that is basically what we do.
How long have you all been in existence? I know that you've launched in 2010.
Well, actually, it's 2001. Sorry, it's 2001.
Oh,
The
okay.
Reptile Conservation Center was registered in 2001, and the Serpentarium was registered before that. So since then to now, the Serpentarium has been partnering with Long Circular Mall and Trin City Mall for the past 30 years.
That's brilliant.
And also we've had other malls came on board for the summer. We had Eastgates and Brentwood as well. At one time we had Atlantic Plaza, and I think that's about it. Sadiq?
That's about it. Yeah.
That's about it, yeah.
In terms of you've been doing this many years, where do we see you all in the future? Because with the change of times, and that's constant. It's inevitable that we have to have change and develop over the years, thinking outside of the box. What are we to see here in the future from you all?
Right. So because the world now is going towards sustainability and on our sustainability goals, the Reptile Conservation Center / Serpentarium aligns with this. So we want to get into more research and the research aspect into wildlife. We have been on board with the National Biodiversity Action Plan, which is the NBSAP. We have contributed on a national scale to biodiversity and biodiversity conservation. So we're looking at a more sustainable outlook for the Reptile Conservation Center and the Serpentarium. So it will be long-lived. Yes, we still going to reach the members of the public. Yes, we still inviting our groups, but in the background is the research and the dedication and the conservation and the sustainability behind it. Because at the end of the day, we're just hearing sustainability and the national sustainability goals and the NBSAP, but what does this all mean, right? So this is where the Reptile Conservation Center comes in. So we want to do more things like, DNA testing, population densities, and environmental EIAs.
I've always said it, and I will continue to say it, knowledge is power.
Yeah.
The more we know, it's more power we have
Yeah.
with regards to making better decisions.
Yeah.
And perhaps seeing and hearing more of the authorities, government intervention in getting research and things like that. But more importantly, reaching out to our children in our land. Because they are the ones, that in terms of empowering them with knowledge and information, and also giving them the opportunity to explore options for careers.
Yes.
Everybody wants a doctor and everybody wants a lawyer and an engineer, but there is so much. Look at you, you've educated. It's been a passion as a child, and you did explore that option.
I did explore that option because when I was at the University of the West Indies, I did environmental science and sustainable technology, which is climate change and sustainability. And then I wanted to do my master's in renewable energy, along with a friend. And then biodiversity and conservation was also given as an option. And I told her, I said, here, what we have to cut at the navel string now, because there's no way I can do anything else.
And that was amazing.
Yeah, I told her.
And the truth is that because of your passion for what you do, that was a choice that you made. Whereas with Sadiq, he was born into this. apart from being a passion, it's part of who he has become.
Yes.
You understand,
Yeah.
you were born, it's part of your journey.
Yeah.
It was inevitable this will happen. However, with you, Mrs. Ali, this was a choice that you made.
Yeah, this was a
and
choice.
I truly believe we should have options for our children.
Yeah.
We should have choices that people could make. This is what I love and this is what I would like to explore and this is what I'd like to do. And then you never work a day in your life.
Right.
Right? Because if you love doing what you do, you give your all. You have a different energy that you put in because you love it.
Yes.
You know?
yes.
With that, let's go to these important messages. When we return, we continue our conversation. Stay with us.
Like,
Need a space to record your podcast, interview, or video content? Our fully equipped studio is available for rental, perfect for productions of all kinds. Enjoy a professional studio setting, quality lighting, and a comfortable environment designed for smooth, high-quality productions. Call or WhatsApp today to book your studio time.
Ladies and gentlemen, young people, senior citizens, it is my pleasure and privilege to invite you to look at the program Inspired on Real TV at 2 p.m. every Wednesday afternoon. Inspired is designed to lift your spirits, to help you overcome depression and failure so you could be an outstanding, extraordinary success. We have special experts every Wednesday who will inspire you to do better, to be your best self. So may God bless you. And remember, every Wednesday at 2 p.m., please look out for the program Inspire.
Are you ready to kickstart your career? It's time to be your own boss. Present your own ideas, control your own narrative, allow yourself to be seen, allow your voice to be heard. Host your show with us at Real TV. Call us today at 292-6470 or WhatsApp us at 384-7142. You can also send an email to realtv.corporate@gmail.com.
Welcome back to Conversations with Zelisa, right here on Real TV, where we bring reality to you. Today I'm in conversation with Nalini Ramprasad Ali. Mrs. Ali is a director, and we also have Mr. Sadiq Ali, another director at the Reptile Conservation Center of Trinidad and Tobago. They've been established since 2001.
Yeah, 2001.
As you said. She wrote 2010, so I humbly apologize, but it's 2001. And they've grown leaps and bounds, you know. And not just when we think of the petting zoo, there's so much more than that they do. We will come back to remind you of the date and time and the wonderful experience you're going to have at the Long Circular Mall. But I want to talk a little, you have two locations.
Yes.
Yes. Let's talk a little bit about, I know one is in Komoto.
Right.
And then the other, you have another one in...
We have another one in San Juan, but the members of the public are not really invited to visit in Aranguez.
Well, so
they are invited to visit in Komoto.
I want to talk about the Komoto experience.
Okay.
Because I remember when you all were here the last time, I felt as if I wanted to have that Komodo experience
Yes.
with my daughter,
Yeah.
right? And I think I even told my assistant, hey, I wanted to invite her 2 kids to go with us as well, so they could have the experience. But let's go back to Komodo and talk about what happens at Komodo and who's invited and what are we invited to experience.
Right. So at Komodo, first of all, the drive is a little adventure.
Which is nice, it's all part of it.
Right, so we'll just get that out of the way. But wagons, little wagons and stuff, make it up there, maxis, vans, whatever. Just take your time, you'll reach. It's not too far out of the way, it's very reachable, it's just in the east. And what you're going to get is an outdoor experience, an outdoor setting. The mall is an enclosed setting, but this is outdoor wildlife. You get to interact with wildlife on a general. So the trees, the plants, the bees, the birds, everything in its natural setting.
That's a different experience, Sidi,
Yeah.
because you're out there in their element.
Yeah, in their element, yeah.
It's like having an experience with me on set and then meeting me in my office. It's completely different.
Yes.
It's an experience.
Yes, it's an experience. We do have renewable energy up there. We were graced by the UNDP. We are completely off the grid, so we have solar energy, so kids could come and they could learn the fascinating world about renewables with solar, how it works, why do we have it, how important it is to use renewables to reduce our carbon footprint. What is our carbon footprint, you know? So they that's one part of it they'll take away, then they will take away the wildlife aspect of it. So they're going to see animals that they won't see at the mall, right? They can't see at the mall. It's only isolated to Komodo, right? So they'll get that experience and the information that goes behind it. There's areas where kids can come and have their lunch, picnic. We have a recreational area. They could just go wild and have fun. They can
Wild
see.
and have fun.
Yeah.
But that's what kids do.
That's what kids do. We also have like caimans and turtles in their natural environment in an open area, so it's just fun. It's just an experience.
I would also encourage viewers to have that experience as well, out there in their element. You're correct. You painted such a beautiful picture for me in my mind. So I'm thinking of the birds chirping and the breeze and the trees and the greenery and in there seeing them in their element, not locked away in a cage.
No.
And you get that first-hand experience of nature, of wildlife.
Yes.
And that in itself is a beautiful experience. I like the fact that you talk about even the drive there is an experience. Have a picnic, so take some sandwiches and make some cake and you know, some fruit and have a beautiful experience out there, one that will be lasting. Take all the nephews and nieces and get on a maxi and have one designated area. Yeah, the whole family. And you know, you have a designated driver and make it a lovely, nice experience.
And I'd just like to say one more thing, Zelisa. For us to reach more members of the public, the MP of the area could grace us by fixing parts of the road for us. That would be so nice.
Who is the
we
MP?
are Miss Shivani Sam. So she can come and we are inviting her to come up and see the wonderful work that we do.
Well, I think she's the MP for your area and she should have already done her homework and know about
she's doing a lot. She's doing a lot in Komodo and she's reaching out to the residents. So I'm hoping that she reaches out to us and she
Well,
comes to
let
our
me
side.
say this to you. I will advise you, if you'll allow me. You extend an invitation.
Yes.
You reach out to her, inviting her for that experience. And through that experience, you can have that one-on-one with her to ask her to help you develop, to improve. Because really, it's for our children of the nature. And I know, yesterday I had a conversation with Mr. Chankarantal, and it's the same thing I told him. When it comes to the children, I know that our dear Prime Minister, she has an extra love for children. I mean, she was once the Minister of Education. She started her career in teaching. So that love and that passion and that is already there. but she will not know everything.
No.
For her to know, she has to be told, or she has to have an experience. So my humble suggestion is you reach out to the MP and have her come and have that experience. And you know, you may not even have to tell her. She may say, based on the experience, well, I think if we do this or we do this, we could work.
She's very hardworking, eh?
So
She's
that's good. That's all that you need.
Yeah.
Knock on the door and it will open.
Yeah.
Ask and you shall receive.
Yeah.
So try. And sometimes you just have to stoop to conquer.
Yes, yes,
you know?
yes.
I'll tell you, advice is important because sometimes we're in a place where we are so consumed with what is in front of us that we don't see beyond and we don't think beyond. Just last night, a gentleman whom I hold a high regard for called me to check up on me. How are you doing? What really going on? How are things? And he gave me a piece of advice that I really appreciate. And that advice was, Z, you have to get up and get going again. You have to make things happen. Life continues, and do what you do best and consume yourself with that. And so he reminded me of the importance of life.
Yes.
And so sometimes we know it, you know, but we just need somebody to tell us.
Yeah.
So I feel happy in my spirit that, you know, knock and you'll see things will happen.
Yes,
you
yes,
know?
yes.
And so for those now who would like to come to Komoto and have that experience after seeing you all and hearing about this, tell us how they can contact you.
They can contact Mr. Ali, Syed Ali, at 766-8951. They can also contact me, 712-4743. They can contact Siddiqa as well to book an appointment.
732-6034.
Right, just call us and tell us the number of your group, when you'd like to come. We would like you to probably call maybe a week in advance if it's a big group, because our capacity is about 60 students.
Nice.
It's about 60 students, but if it's a small group, you can more than welcome.
Is there any cost attached to that?
Yes, there is a cost attached.
So I'm sure that when you call them, you can discuss with them, you can ask whatever questions you need to, so that you'll be prepared. And that's fine. You know, ask, you know, write down the questions that when you call, you can ask, so you have, you know, the answers that you are seeking, and then you can take it from there. But I'm most certain that's going to be an experience of a lifetime, and especially for young ones. You know, there are children who are fascinated with animals. They're just born with this love. Like I've got this this nephew, and he is a marine biologist.
Right.
But this child from small, he was into animals and his dogs and his rabbits and different things. He was fascinated, and we named the rabbits Lulu and Lala. And I remember, you know, now when I'm thinking, he's a big man now, and he's doing he's completed his master's and doing his doctorate.
His PhD?
Yes, he's doing his PhD, and it's funny how there are children that are just born with these talents. Yeah. And so when we as parents or we as adults see it, we need to ignite the flame. We need to put them in the pathway. We need to open up and give them options so that they could blossom. It's as simple as that.
I have a 5-year-old, Siddiq's brother.
Yes.
His name is Omar Vasudeva Ali. And he said, Mommy, how can I save wildlife? So I said, maybe you could become the Prime Minister of the country.
Yes.
And I said, what would you do if you're the Prime Minister of a country? Yeah. And he said, Mommy, I'll save the trees and get rid of the poachers. And he at 5 years old.
He knows.
He knows.
That's because he has a big brother who's teaching him and doing a good job. Yeah. You know, so when you think of a 5-year, I mean, that's deep.
Yeah.
That is deep, Sadiq. A 5-year-old thinking of saving.
Yeah.
And that's, again, because of the environment that he's in. Yeah. Yes. The information that's fed to him. The experiences that he has, so he's knowledgeable. And that is a great example that you just shared. And it's a good one. You know, teaching parents about challenge, you know, making sure that their kids, when they see those gifts or the extra, that's where you channel them to help them to blossom. Let's go to these important messages. When we return, we've got some surprises for you. Stay with us.
When security matters most, choose Catch Security Services Limited. We are proudly approved by the Ministry of Homeland Security. We protect your home, business, community, and much more. Our services include professional baton and armed officers, specialized K-9 units, mobile patrols, secure cash pickups, secure transport, and pepper spray applications and supply coming soon. Don't wait. Secure your assets now. Contact Catch Security today. Call 622-6601, email info@cssl-tt.com, or visit our office at 30-32 Saddle Road, Maraval.
Need a space to record your podcast, interview, or video content? Our fully equipped studio is available for rental, perfect for productions of all kinds. Enjoy a professional studio setting, quality lighting, and a comfortable environment designed for smooth, high-quality productions. Call or WhatsApp today to book your studio time.
Fab India Expo would like to wish all our valued customers a blessed Ramadan 2026. We are pleased to announce that the Fab India Expo will be reopening on Friday, February 27th, located opposite Medford Gas Station, Chaguanas, with a complete change of stock. Explore brand new styles and the latest products coming directly out of India. We will also have special booths catering for each shopping, plus a full-size Indian food court with something for everyone. Visit us at the Fab India Expo, located opposite Medford Gas Station, Chaguanas. Opening on Friday, February 27th. Fab India Expo, your one-stop destination for Ramadan and Eid shopping. We can't wait to see you.
Hi, I'm Naka, introducing to you Bridging the Gap, where we touch on current affairs and social issues every Monday to Thursday, 4 p.m. to 6 p.m. right here on Real TV.
So CTA say that they're doing the ABC of parenting, so I say I have to get in that. You know, anything with the ABCs, I like to get in that. I started with A for accountability. So you just mash up thing from a side when you get vexed, and then you surprised when you get called into the school for your child doing the same thing. Recognize that as a parent, you are one of the biggest influencers on your child's life. You have to acknowledge that your actions and choices can impact your child's development and growth. Take time to account for any consequences your actions may have on your child, and always acknowledge that responsibility before saying or doing anything. Your actions speak louder than your words, but at the end of the day, do your best. Share if you found this useful, and like and follow CTA's profile for more parenting tips as we go through the ABCs of parenting.
Thank you kindly for choosing us, allowing us into your homes, into your spaces, into your time, where we continue to inform, educate, empower, and answer those unanswered questions. Today I am in conversation with directors from the Reptile Conservation Center of Trinidad and Tobago. And quickly, let's get the flyer up one more time, please, about the event that's happening in April at the Long Circular Mall, April 9 to 11, 2026. For more information, please call 7124743. Take your kids at the Long Circular Mall, 9 to 11, from 10 to 7 p.m. Thank you so much. And we've got some surprises, as I promised. Please, Mrs. Ali, talk to us about one of the What are the pets that you could
So
meet and greet?
this is one of the this is one of the animals that you're going to see at the mall, at
Uh-huh.
Long Secular Mall. This is a yellow-footed tortoise. It is native to Trinidad. You're going to find it mostly in South Guayari area.
Yeah.
And it feeds on fruits, vegetables, and it's a land tortoise, so it can't swim at all.
Oh.
Yeah, they're restricted to land, so you wouldn't find these in water and so on. So that's one of the interesting facts that you're gonna get at the Long Secular Mall.
I didn't know, so that's knowledge, and knowledge is power.
And the kids can get a little chance to pet the carapace to see how hard it is. You know, just the touch alone can inspire them.
Would they be allowed to take little pictures and things?
Yeah, they can take their pictures and so on. That's fine. That's fine.
Lovely.
So Sadiq will take you into our next little critter.
Wait, you're taking him out of there?
Yeah.
All right, go ahead. You keep him close to you. Reminds me, I was telling you, I read a book, Charlotte's Web. There we go.
Right, so crawling on my hand, we have a pink-toed tarantula.
What is the name?
Pink-toed tarantula.
Right.
So it's like he has nail polish on his toes,
Ah,
as you can probably see in the camera.
yeah.
So this is actually
Yes,
an adult.
it's true. That's an adult.
Yes,
okay.
they can probably get a little bigger than this.
Okay.
But this is roughly an adult. They're also known as the bird-eating tarantula in Trinidad.
Bird?
Yes. They are of the size to take down a baby bird.
Oh.
Yeah. This is the second largest tarantula species we have in Trinidad also.
Okay.
We have one a little larger. So this one here, we have had him for quite a while, and his main diet is what people don't like, which is cockroaches. So I go around the house catching these cockroaches and feeding this guy. So they do have a very important purpose, which is help controlling certain insects that we don't like.
Yeah.
So
now, is he deadly?
He is venomous to an extent to take down a bird, and also probably like a lizard. But to us, can't kill us unless like we have an allergic reaction to like insect bites and bee stings and those types of things.
Children, be warned. If you see it in your home or around, don't touch.
Yes.
Please, kiddies. And we're saying this because we want you to be safe. Okay?
Yes.
And for the adults, don't kill. Don't kill. Don't reach for the bop and spray them. So you can just leave them. Just leave them alone.
In your house?
Yeah, just leave them be. They eat Jack Spaniard, they eat cockroaches, they'll eat crickets. They want to get away from you, you know, like he want to get away from city. That's
I'm looking at that.
Right?
Yeah.
So in the instance where you have to remove it, let's say it's a classroom, in a school, you know, get a broom and get a scoop.
Scoop and scoop him out.
And scoop him up
Good
and put him
idea.
outside.
So you get a broom and a scoop him in and take him outside.
Take him outside.
These could be found in any forested area. So once there's a bit of, let's say, bush, as we say in Trinidad, behind your house, you could find these.
Okay.
And wherever there's a lot of insects, you would find them also.
Okay, good. But children, again, kiddies, please don't touch. Please don't try to, get an adult immediately to say, please, take the adult. You don't try to be adventurous and get them in the broom and the scoop. You ask an adult to help you, okay? Good.
Yes.
Nice. We've got it. Well, we all know Easter is upon us, and when we look at bunnies, Robert,
I'll keep this. I'll keep the tortoise there.
when we look at the bunnies, we can't help but think of cuteness overload, and we can't help to think of Easter, right? And it's, oh goshy, oh my, too cute.
So the famous tail tortoise on the hair.
Look at the beautiful, yes, correct, but look at the beautiful eyes. Absolutely beautiful.
So Zelisa, sometimes the adults, I wouldn't say the kids because the kids want to touch everything.
Yeah.
The adults are they're a little taken aback with petting the reptiles and so on. So they can come pet the bunnies. There's something there for everyone.
And you let them hold them as well, the kiddies?
It depends.
It depends.
It depends.
Okay.
They can pet and they can feed as well.
Nice.
We
good.
provide food that they can feed them some
So
carrots or something.
yeah, I was thinking. So could kiddies bring their carrots if they want to?
They have to ask a handler.
Well, of course, an adult.
Yes, they can't.
Certainly.
Yeah.
First, nice. Oh, look how innocent, beautiful, absolutely beautiful. Yes, you are. Nice, and some people barbecue it. But isn't it the truth? Yeah.
Yeah,
It's
that's
sold.
yeah,
It's
that's
sold
true.
in supermarkets, the meat. And so that's yeah. So be mindful. These are only some of the animals
Yes,
that
some.
you're going
This
to
is just
get to.
this is just a little tip of the iceberg.
Yes, of what you're going to meet and greet and be part of and get to pet and touch
Yes.
and ask all the questions you need to. Ask and you shall receive, right? Great.
Yes.
Yeah. Robert, it would be nice to get back some of those pictures up just before so people could be reminded of and write down the dates 9th, 10th and 11th of April. There you go. And part of the experience that you can have on the 9th, 10th, 11th at the Long Circular Mall. And again, let me remind all of our viewers, the hours are amazing. It's from 10 a.m. to 7 p.m. Yeah, so you can choose your time wisely and go a time that's convenient for, make it a family affair. Yeah? Nice. There's Miss Shakti, that's her name?
Yes.
Shakti.
She's a powerful lady. Nice. And of course, pictures and things like that. You know, an event to remember. So get up close this Easter. Again, it's the 9th, 10th and 11th. Please call 7124743 for further information. And again, before we wrap up, it is important, thank you Robert, it is important that you share your numbers because I also feel coming to your place in Komoto is going to be a beautiful experience as well.
It will.
You know? Please share your numbers one more time with our dear viewers.
You can call 766-8951, that's Mr. Syed Ali, 712-4743, Nalini, and Sadiq is
732-6034.
Call us and make an appointment.
Mrs. Ali, your closing comments.
So I would like to thank you, Zelisa, for seeing the need for us to reach the wider audience in wildlife and wildlife conservation. I'd also like to thank Long Circular Mall for partnering with the Serpentarium all these years, 30 plus years. Also Trin City Mall as well. Our liaison, Lisa and Leslie, thanks so much for working with us and providing an opportunity for the public once again to experience what the Serpentarium has to offer.
Mr. Ali, your closing comments.
So I'd just like to thank you for having us here again.
You're very welcome.
It's a pleasure coming to be on TV, you know. It's always a great experience being able to give the information that I've learned over the years to the general public and to yourself too and to your staff.
Thank you.
And I'd also like to say thank you to the malls for having us there, for what they do, the outreaches that they also do during the Easter time and also the summertime.
Very
so,
nice.
yeah.
Well, let me remind you all that Real TV is your station as well. We are part of the Arangwell San Juan area. We're located here. It's a media house. So we are yours and information is power and together we can make a difference. Especially when it comes to our children of our
And
land.
Zelisa, we'd like to extend an invitation to you, your family and your staff to come up to Komoto. Right? That's a personal invitation.
Thank you.
And you come and you experience and you just have fun.
I think we should all do this as a group, right, Robert? We'll pay attention and we'll do it as a staff. Our heartfelt thanks and gratitude for you taking time. I know this is also a busy time for you because it's Easter. And so you'll be busy, busier than usual because the children are on vacation. So I thank you as well for taking time to come and an open invitation as well. Whenever we want to discuss wildlife and whenever we need to empower our children or our viewers near and far, even for those that are coming on vacation from abroad to visit your family, take them for the experience.
Yes.
Take your
Yes.
families, make it a nice family event.
Yes.
So there's so much you could do and have a learning experience as well.
I just have one more.
Please, quickly.
I'd also like to thank the Forestry Division Wildlife Section,
Sure.
the game wardens, Steve and Trisha, and all the other game wardens, Adrian. They show that dedication of staying there and talking to the members of the public and educating them as well. And that shows dedication on the section behalf,
Yes.
on the wildlife section behalf. So
Yeah.
much thanks to Forestry Division Wildlife Section.
Sure. Again, heartfelt thanks and gratitude. I'm most certain we'll see more of both of you and more animals as we continue to develop a relationship here
Yes.
at Real TV. All the best, God's choices, blessings. Robert, this is where I'm going to wrap things up for today. I thank you kindly for choosing us. God's choices, blessings to each and every one of you. Let me gently remind you to please be good, law-abiding citizens. Do what is right at all times. Here's reminding you that with God and only God, all things are possible. I am Zelisa Budising Ruphani. Thanks for choosing us here at Real TV. See you soon. Stick and stay. Naka is going to be with us later on from 4 to 6. Remember to stay with us.